All right, welcome to episode 10 of Confessions of an Indie Author. I don't have a lot of time. I just got a phone call and I have to kind of leave here. So I'm going to make it pretty short and sweet and to the point at the very least. A few updates. I've really been kind of back to the grind, kind of back to the basics, working on a little bit of writing and definitely trying to edit that third installment of the Rune Master saga for Glory is the third book. I kind of hit a wall as I was going through doing the editing and kind of looking at developmental content and kind of found a plot hole. I wouldn't really say it's a plot hole, but it's kind of just kind of needs additional clarification on getting from point A to point B. It's almost like the story kind of jumps here and just assumes that all of these things kind of happen so that, A plus B equals C down here. But we have A plus, we're missing B to get C. So I kind of had to go back and really think about it, how I can connect that part of the story and make it flow well while keeping character development and also I keep the action and the suspense for the story. And I have some great ideas, and it should be pretty easy to craft something that will work that way. But I kind of started brainstorming yesterday, and I found myself without pen and paper to write down some notes. So here's a tip for authors: always carry a pen and paper. I did put it down on my phone, kind of used Google Docs, but sometimes just to scribble scratch, and you can like make an arrow from pointing to this point to that point, like because as I start to plot out some sequences, I think, oh, this is a really great idea. And I'm like, oh, but that needs to happen before this. And, so I kind of start to diagram, I guess, the course of action. And so without the paper, it makes it a little bit more difficult to do that. Not that it was impossible. So note to writers, you never know when inspiration is going to strike. So always keep something on you available to jot down notes. The way I thought about it was, in order to complete this task, there's going to be at least 3 new chapters added to the book in order for me to complete this, which is actually great because I was worried about the word count being a little bit light on this book. It came in currently at around 60,000, which I feel like is a little bit low. Adding 3 chapters to it that are relevant chapters, not just for the sake of adding word count, but that are relevant chapters that actually help the book. I think that that's going to help boost the word count and give it a better story overall. So I kind of have to go back to a little bit of writing. So I kind of tried to hash out some details. These are historical details too, so I have to make sure that I kind of do my research ahead of time and make sure that the plot lines in the story line up with actual historical events, which makes this a more challenging feature for me to do. On the business side of things, I kind of decided that my business website was jumbled. There was a lot of stuff out there that just, it was kind of cramped. It was hard to see all the information. While I want to keep the blog and I need to start writing blogs and additional content again, I kind of got rid of a lot of the, I guess, clutter on the website. The one thing that I did do was I found a place where it's basically a free web store. So I can actually sell things online. It doesn't cost me anything extra to do that. I might eventually migrate my entire website there and add on their blog piece and buy my own domain, and they'd have domain hosting. Then those things would start to cost money. There's also marketing campaigns that you can tie to TikTok, Facebook, etc. It would streamline kind of some of my online marketing onto that platform, but I kind of want to test the waters and see how the web store works out. So I'm concentrated on setting up on all my SEO and getting all of my information put into that website. And I'm going to go ahead and launch it probably today and just kind of go through. I've managed to link the two together, just kind of made things a lot cleaner that way, and hopefully easier for customers to find me. The only thing I haven't uploaded to the store is my handmade glitter tumblers, which, that'll be the next thing I do. I do have to write ad copy for each of those, which shouldn't be too difficult because, there's not too much to say about that. As far as content's concerned, if I do, so I have a 2-year contract with my current web hosting. So, and I think that's in March, I just renewed. So I'll probably stay there for a little bit longer, but I'm certainly going to entertain the idea of moving over to this other web hosting platform and adding some of their, I guess, bells and whistles. If I do that, I might lose all of my blogging that I have done over the last several years. So I might have to start with a clean slate. We'll just see. I have all of that content already saved, so I can always, reuse it again on the new site. And it should increase the SEO that way. I think I'm probably going to, regardless of where my web hosting is, I think I'm going to reboot the Plot A Course to Novel Success YouTube videos. They can be better. I mean, if you see me interact on here, I'm way better than the robot version of myself on those videos because I didn't know what I was doing. And quite frankly, I was a little bit terrified. But I seem to be a little bit more comfortable with that now, and definitely having a work from home environment where I can kind of go on there and just do a little video here and there and talk about different writing topics, I think would be very beneficial. So that's kind of the things I've been working on for this week. It's a lot. The website stuff is a lot of like little busy work. And of course, then the brainstorming for fixing the issue in the Glory rough draft. Rough drafts are rough for a reason because you find things that you need to fix. So I'm glad I found this, and it looks like it's going to work out. It's going to make it a better book overall. So until next week.